Good evening.
Action.
Good evening.
It never works right, and I don't know why, but we're still here tonight. And I was hoping Robert Crow was supposed to join us tonight, and Jeremy Brown from Polly Wants a Crafter has decided to join us tonight on the show, and thank you, Jerry. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, and so, but Robert Crow was supposed to join us, and if y'all hear anything or see anything out there about him going to join us, let me know. But anyway, so here we are, and we're having a good time, and yeah, Al already made me mad before the show even started. So just want to let you know that. But before you go any farther, let me tell you about my sponsors. And I don't have any anymore. Because of the fact that I have pretty well shut things down. And I'm hoping to get some sponsors back for the gig contest before that gets going. And we're looking at that starting into next month, which will be May. So we'll see how that goes. But let's talk about everybody that's here tonight, and that's Chris.
What? Oh,
tell us where you can find it.
Hey, yeah, you Chris, the Old Cranky Workshop. Find me on Facebook a lot and on YouTube. I got to get some videos going soon, but as my wife reminded me, I haven't done a video in a year. So,
wow,
time to get back to work. That's all I got tonight.
Join the club, Donna, and you have your mother with you?
Yes, I have my mother with me tonight. She's been over here for a couple of nights checking it out, make sure I'm not gonna like kill her or nothing, I guess. So I told her come on and join us on the show and have some fun.
So I'm here.
Yes. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing fine.
She walks really slow, but great. I kind of push her.
Yeah, she pushes me.
No, that's great. I'm glad you brought her with you tonight. That's awesome.
Welcome.
Thank you. I'm enjoying.
Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Oh, and they're over here saying hi, Donna's mom. Her name is Rose.
Yeah.
Well, that's an easy one, Rose. How are you doing tonight?
He said, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great.
That's good. All right. So, Paul
Corliss, Paul's Messy Workshop. You can find me on YouTube and Instagram. You can find me here on Saturday nights. And it is what it is.
It is indeed.
And Jim.
Jim Bashir from Driveway Workshop. And that's it.
Okay, Al.
Me, Al Forte, Odessa Woodworking and Maker Shop, just for fun. And Kilroy 79763 all over the place. I stream 2 p.m. Sunday. Kilroy 79763. Be there.
And Dixon.
Hi, I'm Dixon Hoffman. You can find me at hoffmansignsandecals.com.
Yeah, we're just kind of like laid back tonight. To give you an update, my wife and I had COVID. we were fully vaccinated and update on our shots, but we still got it. And for a week ago Wednesday, I came down with it first. And by Thursday morning, I was laying in the bed, thought I was going to die. The first 2 times we had COVID, it was more like a cold. This third time, even though we were vaccinated and updated on booster shots and everything, I thought I was going to die. I even laid in bed and told God, if this is going to be the way it's going to be, take me, because I can't take it anymore.
Hey,
So,
if he does, can I have your scroll saw?
do what?
If he does take you, can I have your scroll saw? I'll even come pick it up.
So
I'll take the
anyway,
laser.
that was like Friday. It started to break where I started feeling better, and we're talking about a week ago. So we've been through it. But I appreciate all y'all's comments and prayers when I put it out there that we were not doing good. Nancy got it too. She was really, really, really sick, just like me. So I appreciate all your comments and prayers. And I appreciate it so very, very, very much. But yeah, it caught me off guard. I was thinking like I had a cold, and within 24 hours, I'm laying flat in bed on my back, and I can't take it anymore. So, but we have tonight also Jerry Brown. It's actually Jeremiah Brown, isn't it?
Yep. I started using Jerry just when I moved to Texas, and
Yeah.
you know.
So I
It's been
asked
10 years,
Robert
but
Crow to come on tonight, and I can't
He's
figure
in-
out why he hasn't
He's
been
in.
on here.
He's in the down there chat. He's in
Oh,
backstage.
okay.
made it.
Well, he did make it. Hold on, give me a second. I'll get down there and get him. There he is.
Yeah. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome.
Robert, can you hear us?
Yes.
Well, your volume's a little low, but we can hear you.
Okay. Let's see if I can turn it up. No, it's not.
I say, speak up, son. Speak up.
Speak up. Yes.
It's all
Robert and I have been friends for years and years and years. He came to one of the Atlanta shows, and he brought me some like bowl blanks and stuff and gave it to me, and I had to cart that crap home. Yeah, but he gave me some bowl blanks and stuff to take home. So Robert and I have known each other, I don't know, what, 15 years, 10, 15 years?
something like that.
Yeah. So I appreciate you, Robert, for being on here tonight.
Yeah.
And put in your input, because we might go into I know he has a CNC and he does turning, so we might go to him and talk a little about that. And then Jerry has a lot of influence on the CNC and the 3D printing. And then my go-to guy is did we introduce all ourselves?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we did.
Okay. Well, my go-to guy, and I just want to say this right up front. Anytime I have a problem, anytime I can't figure out something on 3D printing, my go-to guy, and I just want to thank you very, very, very much for always being there for me and answering my questions and figuring things out, and that's Dixon Hospital. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, I can text him and I can ask him a question and he'll fire back off, do this and do this and do that. And I want to tell you, everything that he's ever told me has worked out to be true. So this man I respect, and I respect Al and I respect Jim. But Dixon has been my go-to man anytime I have problems with 3D printing, and I ask him a question. He's just fired back and said, "This is what you need to do, and change this and change that," and it's worked out every time. So thank you, Dixon. I appreciate you. Appreciate you so very much. So anyway, so tonight's pretty well an open platform. What we're going to talk about, if y'all can keep the, I don't have the chat up. Let me see if I can pick up the chat. But if y'all see any questions or anything out there for the chat.
I got it right here.
Yeah. Let me know and we'll ask those questions. First off, I want to go to Jerry. Jerry, I seen that new 3D printer you got. That's a hefty price to pay for a 3D printer.
Oh yeah.
But is it worth
Jerry?
Yeah, I got the Bamboo. It's the P1P. It's not the X1 Carbon. So the P1P is only about $800. Is it worth it?
Is it really paying off for what you paid for it?
Do you like it, Jerry?
Well, I initially started with a Prusa about 5 years ago, and this thing just blows it out of the water. It's absolutely amazing, fast prints, and great quality, and I've never been happier with the 3D printer.
Sounds like you like it.
I got 5 of them, 5 printers right now, but this one I just got, and I think I've printed more in the last 12 days than I have in the last 2 years.
Wow.
Now so I have the FluSun QQQ Pro or whatever you want to call it. You aware of that one?
Yeah, the Delta printer with the drop-down arms.
Delta printer. And I want to tell you, that thing has really blown my mind away as how quick it is and how great it does. So how have you ever owned a Delta printer?
I have not owned a Delta yet. I tried, but it seems like every time the popular Deltas come out, they always sell out, and then it's just not a popular platform. So a lot of people moved on to the Core XY.
I'll tell you, my this is the one that I've got going, and it's printing something for me. I printed like 4 or 5 of these, and this thing is hands down quicker than any other printer that I ever had. So it's cut my printing time in half, and this is the quality of the prints. This is a sea serpent.
Yeah. Very clean prints.
Yeah, it's clean. I get a little stringy on it, and I think I could clear that up without too much problem. But the quality of the prints, as you can see, and the articulation of the joints is just like the tail. I mean, it's just absolute. And that's not the first one. I printed like 4 or 5 of these. They're all the same quality. They all just print out like fantastic.
I wish my spine still moved like that.
Yeah. So I'm a big fan of the Delta printer, so to speak. It has treated. I've got one printing right now, like I showed you. I got another serpent that I'm printing right now. So, how would you compare? I know you can't compare it. Don't get me wrong, but how would you have you ever had a Delta printer?
Nope, never tried a Delta. The Prusa was the one that had the bed slinger, and I've got the Creality S10.5, 10S5, and a couple other printers that I'm previewing. I can't say yet. I haven't tried them, but yeah, that's the quality for me has just been amazing since I switched from the Prusa to this.
Yes.
And it's got a lot of built-in features that are extra nice.
Can
It
you
levels
can
the
you make
bed,
that solo for us? Russ,
primes.
Yeah, I'll make it. Hold on, Jerry.
Sorry, Jerry, to interrupt you.
I'll see
No
if
problem.
I can't get him to solo layout.
There you go. Awesome.
No, I follow you, Jerry, and I watch your everything that you do. And when you first showed this, I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to order one of these too, right?
So what
Yeah,
are you printing, Jerry?
Yeah.
What are you printing, Jerry?
That is the thing it's printing right now is a friend of mine has a diode laser, an Ortur Master Pro 3, and this is actually the honeycomb bed lifter for it.
Gotcha.
But he doesn't have a 3D printer.
So this thing is actually faster than the. All right, this thing is actually supposed to be faster than the normal 3D printer, right?
Oh yeah, it's way faster than the Prusa in the background. There is like 1/4 speed compared to this.
Yeah.
Wow.
But now they're a hefty price. They're like $300 or $400, right?
No, this one's actually $800.
Yeah, more than that.
Yeah. No, it's definitely I guess when I look at 3D printers, my idea is the more you pay for a tool, the less complications there's going to be. You know, I can get the $120 Ender 3, but it's been so hit or miss, I don't really want to mess with the printer. I don't have enough time to mess with it.
Yeah, you want to be producing all the time.
Yeah, trust me, my friend. I am right up there with you. That's the reason I went with the Delta printer, the FLQQ Sun 3D Pro or whatever. Yeah, auto bed leveling. I mean, it just boom, bada bang, bada bang. You know.
I mean, it's progressed so much in the last 10 years. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree with you. And the cost doesn't bother me so much when we're talking about this as I want it to function. I want it to print. I want it to do what it says it does. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing for me.
We've got a question out there.
Okay, go ahead.
Lynn's Handcrafted Wood Signs is asking, what type of power do you need? Now, there's a QQQ, so I'm assuming he wants it aired. So,
what type of power to power one of the machines?
Yes, I'm assuming that's what it is.
Yeah, you're talking about a wall socket.
Yeah, 120 or 240 in Europe.
Just you plug it into your household or your shop for a 20 amp circuit, or 15 amp, even for that goes, will power one of these machines without any problem. Yeah, you're not talking about a large power supply.
Yeah,
so to
yeah.
speak.
It's not. Yeah, I don't even think it's a. I mean, a standard 15 amp circuit will work. I don't even think it pulls. I don't know. I'm the bed's what? 1,200 watts, 1,500 watts, which is the max, like a hair dryer. The max you can pull through a regular circuit. So no worse than
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's actually on a 15 watt. It's in the house on my 3D printer bench. So it's just got a regular outlet breakers.
Yeah, right.
In the shop, I got 20 amp, but out in the house, it's just 15.
Yeah.
And it powers
The
the lights
bamboo,
and
the
camera
technology,
and everything.
the technology came so far so fast, like, especially with bamboo, with the speeds they can print at now. They make stuff look silly compared to when it started out. I had 15 printers running easy on a 20 amp circuit
Yeah.
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
one time.
It's not
So
no
they
big
don't take a
deal.
lot of power. And then there's certain
Right.
situations you don't gotta
Right.
use a heat bed.
Right.
Yeah. You could put the glass plate on this. They sell a glass plate, and people don't even heat those. They just use the glass
Good
plate.
God Almighty.
Yep.
But this is pet
I-
cheese, so I like the heat.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just
PETG is fun. It's a lot easier than ABS,
Oh yeah.
and you can still run the higher temperatures.
Am I still showing the? Yeah, I'm still showing. I
Yes.
got to figure out how to get him the hell out of here.
so here's a thought. I just looked this up. What is the electricity consumption of the Ender 3? One Ender 3 user only consumed about half a kilowatt hour, while their 3D printer ran for 4 hours, heating up twice using 280 watts of power. When calculating this per hour, we can get 0.12 kilowatt hours per hour with an Ender 3. I thought you guys wanted to know that.
Yep.
And,
Yeah. Yeah.
I had
So
mirrors.
it's like
I had mirrors on all my printers, and and I heated them up, and
Yeah.
22 of my printers had mirrors on them, and they ran great.
they don't pull much at all.
No,
Yep.
no,
but I
a
converted
3D
a lot of them
and
to
and back
SSR.
to that information is a 3D printer. You can put 2 or 3 of them on a 20 amp. 2 or 3 of them on a 20 amp breaker, so to speak, or a plug, and they'll operate no problem.
Yep.
So it's not like you have. It's not like a CNC or a 100-watt laser, or where you have to have a dedicated circuit for that particular thing. Most household currents, without any problem, can handle a 3D printer. So if you're thinking that I need to have something special or set up, you're wrong. Most household plug-ins where you can just stick it in there and plug it in and make it work will handle a 3D printer.
Yeah, these are consumer items. These are I mean, I guess they're crossing over into but industrial items normally use higher power and stuff and are bigger and stuff. These are all really consumer based.
Yeah,
which means
they
you have
pull
to be-
like minimal amount. If you had a 20 amp, let's say that I had a plug in my living room that had 20 amps to that plug, I could run 4 or 5 of these without any problem.
Oh yeah. Because what did I say? 250 watts is all it was pulling.
Yeah. So you don't have a problem if you want to buy one of these and run it in your living room or in an off thing. Now, they don't have a lot of off gas with 3D printing when you're doing PLA or a PGT or help me out here, Dixon. You don't have a lot of off gas as far as like you're doing a
resin printer.
Resin printer, right?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, those things
You get some
stink.
smells. ABS. It depends if you're using fluid on your bed to hold it down and stuff. But
Right.
have
So I
you get
could
some
run
smells.
3 or 4 of these 3D printers
Yeah.
in my living room, and they wouldn't really smell anything that or be a problem with it. Dixon.
Everybody's different. I had 22 of them in my basement, and there was no problems with the smell, and that was a lot of PLA and PETG and very little ABS, and then a little bit of nylon. But it's not like a resin printer. That chemical you can smell. PLA is
Right.
made from corn, and they have a lot of other. If you're using ABS or silk or PETG or PLC or the wood filament, it depends. But some people it might bother them. You know, they react
Yeah,
different,
it might. You're right. You're
just
right.
like the resin.
Right. They may have a reaction, but overall, my point being is you can pretty well run one of these with PLA and not have a problem in your house.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
All right,
You should
there's
have
a
no
couple
issues.
of questions in there.
Okay, go ahead.
One of them, do you have to do this with a computer or something else?
You transfer
You
your
have to
files
have
to an SD card.
Yeah, you're going to have to have a computer.
Yeah, for slicing and
You
stuff
need,
like that.
okay.
Exactly.
Let me explain this to you. You get this file, and it's called Thingiverse. I love Thingiverse. It's my bestest friend.
Yes.
So you get this file from Thingiverse, and you download it to your computer. But what do you do with that afterwards? Well, you have to have a program that will slice it and make it ready for your 3D printer. I happen to can't think of the name of it right now.
You like to use
Cura. I happen to like Cura. I happen to love Cura. It's done me well forever. So what you do is take this file that you downloaded and now put it into Cura, and you have to slice it. I know that sounds like a weird.
And it means exactly what it is. It's every single little line that'll lay down the printing bead that's coming out. Anyway, go ahead, Russ.
No. Yeah, exactly right. It actually takes that 3D file and slices it into something. And when you get Cura, you have to tell it what printer you have. So if you have an X Delta FQQ Sun or whatever Pro, I put it in there, and it downloads those files. So when I put that file in there, it knows that what printer I have, and it downloads the file and gives me a file that I can print. Now, there are parameters that you must take. I have found out that on certain, I have found out, Dixon, I'm running a temp tower on every PLA that I print, because I have found out that every PLA is different. And I want to explain that. When you buy a filament as PLA, it's the most generic filament that you can buy or print out with. But every company changes everything. What do you want to say, Al?
I'm sorry.
Their formulas are different.
I'm looking at the show in the future. Paul just left, but I had seen goodbye Paul over here, and I looked over here, and Paul's gone. But I was going like this, goodbye, Paul. Sorry.
Okay. Well, I know he goes over. Yeah. He goes. He's a betrayer. But anyway.
Continue, Russ. Continue.
But anyway, so every filament you buy is different. Is that not right, Dixon?
Sure. There's junk out there, and there's real good filament, and they're all they have different formulas when they extrude it.
Right. So I have learned to run a temp tower on every filament. I have learned, and it's from Dixon, my friend, who has talked to me over and over again about different things. And it's like, I run a temp tower on every PLA filament that I buy from a different company. The reason being is because the temperature can change between filament and filament. Okay? It may run 190 Celsius on this one, but 210 better on this next one. And so, in my stupidity, I always run it at a certain temperature, But then after I found out, after talking to Dixon and learning, is just run a temp thing on your computer and in through and find out what the filament prints at best. Am I not right, Dixon?
Yes, yes. You mean you're doing a test run, or you were looking up the temperature that profile for that?
No, I will
printer?
run a test run on any filament that I buy. I'll run a temp
test. Yeah.
So I have a question for Jerry.
You don't have to change it. It's all my production parts. I used to run 210 for the bed and 60. 210 for the head and 60 for the bed, and that's what I ran everything at. But I had a different setup. I had all mirrors on all my machines, and I would only have to touch up. I would only have to level them maybe twice a year, if that.
Right. Okay, go ahead, Al.
Yeah, Jerry, you mentioned that you used on bamboo, no issues, but also use Prusa slicer. What do you like about the Prusa slicer? I mean, I've never used it. I've always used Cura, but that's just because I'm too lazy, I guess, to go try other slicers. But what do you like about it?
Well, it's I know a lot of people like to mess with the different settings, but Prusa slicer sets up when I loaded it. I said I have the Prusa MK3. It loaded settings. I didn't have to mess with anything. I didn't have to mess with the temperatures. I do not test any. I'll throw PLA in from E07 or whoever and just throw it on there. And it usually prints fine. It just automatically slices it. And I like the layout and the control if I want to add the. Yeah. So it's pretty, it's just, it's a real simplified thing. I used to use i3D and it didn't do anything until the latest update. They finally came back, but I gave up on it because Prusa slicer was doing what I needed.
A little better.
Yeah. And it was always consistent,
Yeah,
right?
I don't know. It's just, yeah. All you have to do is import your
that's the thing.
3D file
if you're getting,
and it slices it.
If you're getting consistency out of your slicer program, then why the hell change?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anything else you like?
I like Cura, and I'm getting consistency out of Cura. He likes the Prusa slicer. He's getting consistency. It's not that I'm trying to tell him to change over to Cura. He's getting the consistency out of what he's doing, and so don't change it.
Any other software or any other tricks or tips that you might want to share with us that you use on a regular basis? I mean, in addition to the slicers?
Well, I learned how to design my own parts in Fusion 360. So I actually make,
I love it.
if I need something. And it's great to be able to, hey, I need this thing to hold this, and I'll design it up in Fusion, send the file out, and then I'll throw it in my slicer and print it out. And it's amazing.
That's
I know
awesome.
there are other programs and easier ones, but
yeah.
As soon as Fusion came out,
awesome.
I started learning it. So now that I've got a fairly good, it's kind of like V-Carve. When I first started with Vectrix for the CNC, I've moved up. Now I just bought Aspire. So, that's my go-to because I know them well.
All right, let's change directions here. And my friend
Vectrix
Robert
actually has 3D stuff too.
Can you hear me, Robert?
I'm sorry. What was that, Jerry? Okay, never mind.
Anyway, can you hear me, Robert?
Yes, sir.
All right, so glad to have you on here.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Robert.
Robert is a pretty much a CNC and turning kind of guy.
Yeah, I've did some. Let's see, did some signs. I didn't get them over here. Hang on a second. I'll bring my signs.
Hello time.
and it got quiet.
I wasn't acting
Show and
jealous.
tell.
Got quiet.
Yeah. All right.
That's a fresh cut, Simon.
Yeah.
That did
Look at that.
Now this is CNC, right?
Yeah. That's on cedar.
Yeah. On cedar.
That
Aromatic?
Sure.
what
Aromatic?
kind of CNC do you have?
This
Nice.
is what they look like.
Robert, what kind of CNC do you have?
Homemade.
Homemade.
Yes. Yes.
All right, right there. Thumbs up. That's what I have.
They all pretty much
Look
the
at
same.
this stuff.
Very nice.
Man, wow.
Yep. I got to see that earlier, guys. I like.
Yeah. So
yeah, I started back in 2015, probably 2015, somewhere in there, and started gathering parts for it, and this took my time and built it a little bit at a time. It didn't happen overnight, but it's been well worth it. It works great. Has the 2.2 kilowatt spindle on it, and it's the it's all aluminum and extrusion. A lot of it I got from work. Some of it I ordered. I kind of just gathered parts as I got them, and kind of seems like things just kind of fall into place when they're needed sometimes, you know.
well, I understand that, but what gave you the intellectual thing that you could build a CNC?
Well, I do CNC work at work, but I make carbide inserts at Sambic in Westminster.
Okay.
And
all right.
I run CNC operated type machines that press carbide. It's pretty much just a taught type thing. It's not really, doing actual CNC, but I did get an opportunity to work in the die shop for a while and did run a Haas for a little bit. But I do enjoy, the CNC, and I just kind of got on here and started seeing the guy you don't like no more. I started seeing him. I didn't notice,
He that shall not be mentioned. Oh my goodness.
The name that shall not be mentioned. Yeah.
But anyway, I started with his plan and started making it out of wood, and it didn't resonate with me like it. I wanted something stronger and better. And I started watching different people make different stuff and how they were made, and I just kept planning of what I needed, and just kept building at it a little bit at a time, and then it just kind of fell into place. I have some of the older photos of when I started on Facebook. There's some videos and stuff of even before I bought the better axis, Z-axis. I actually purchased the Z-axis from, I think, a guy in Canada. He actually made them, and I just pulled the trigger and bought the Z-axis because to me it was a no-brainer to get something I could put on there and know that it was going to work, and I didn't have to worry about it.
Yep.
But yeah, I enjoyed. I hadn't since I moved everything from my mobile home workshop up to my big shop. I've had to kind of put things on the back burner, and my dad, he's sick, and I have to take care of him and make sure he's okay, and go shopping for him. And we working 50 hours a week, so I don't get to do a lot, but weekends when I do, I enjoy it. I get make a few signs for people, and started making these little birdhouses. I got this little old thing off the line, and I make these.
Holy crap.
And they actually just put together. I mean, they're clicked together pretty much and glue them. And I actually put like aluminum tape over it.
It's what should be called duct tape.
Yeah, well, it's like duct tape, but
Yeah, it's not, but it's better. Believe it or not. Yes, it's aluminum tape. That stuff is awesome.
In the trades, they nickname it tin knockers tape.
Is that what it is?
Yep, tin knockers tape.
It's good stuff.
These are actually just, it cuts them out in about 10 minutes. They're just, like
Wow.
a lock together, got holes in the bottom. I found it somewhere and thought it was cool, and I downloaded it. And I had to work on it to get it working right on my machine with Aspire. And I'm making a bunch of them to have for, hopefully, to give to some of the churches for kids to maybe put together for vocational Bible school. And my cousin, she runs a little shop on Facebook where she does orders and sales stuff on there. So I'm gonna give her some stuff to sell. Eventually, when I get it all set up, I've been working at getting it set up and getting where I can work at it.
I was just gonna say, let me say something about you. I met you, I don't know, 4 or 5, 6 years ago. I don't remember. You came to the Atlanta woodworking show, and you brought me some wood, and you said, "Here, Russ, I want you to have this." And you said, "I follow your show all the time."
Oh yeah.
And ever since that moment, you have become one of my special friends.
Well,
and I just wanted to say that I appreciate you so much. And when you said tonight, I'll come on your show and I want to show you some things, that meant the most to me that you will ever know.
Well, thank you, Russ. This is my project I've been working on all week, a couple weeks now. This is my mailbox.
Oh, no way.
Whoa.
Is that where you go when you get in trouble?
Yeah. And I kept searching for different ways to make it look like siding, make it look like kind of like a house.
Uh-huh.
So I come up a guy that had did it, and he didn't really explain how he done it too much. For anybody interested in it, this is, let's see, let me get the camera. So this is a piece of cedar, and you can see it looks like siding, but all it is the dado is, I used the dado blade, and I set it at 11/16, which is just the one above 3/4, because it was easier just to stack them all in there. And you just put it on your saw and put your fence and tilt your dado blade about 7 degrees. I didn't check the degrees on it, but you just have to count off 11/16 each time and go next to the line and just keep cutting it until you get it, and you'll end up with it looking like siding. It takes a little while to do it, but
very nice. Yeah.
That is awesome.
I thought it would be interesting.
Yeah, Polly Wants a Crafter says a very nice mailbox there. Thanks, Jerry.
Yeah, thank you, that is awesome.
That's a huge mailbox.
Yes.
Well, the lady, I've been ordering a few packages, and they, I end up not being able to get them. Sometimes they take them back to the post office because they complain they can't get in the driveway, and they just do different stuff with my mail. They take it back to the carrier, and I have to wait till the next day or whatever. So I decided to make a bigger box.
Yeah.
So
But Robert and I have been friends for I'm gonna say 10, 15 years. I don't know. I don't put a time limit on how I've known him, but he came to the woodworking show in Atlanta, and he told me, is this not true that you came there to see me?
I came there to see all the guys, all the woodworkers. I enjoyed walking around and getting to meet everybody. I got to meet Jay Bates. He's one of my favorites. I watched a lot.
Yep, Jay Bates.
Got to meet April Wilkerson and Matt Cremona. And it was just a blast to get to meet everybody. And
Yep, and he brought me some wood. The problem was that is that when he brought me all that wood, is I had to pay for it to fly back with. Yeah, he was like, "Here's all this stuff," and so I put it in my luggage, and they said your luggage is overweight, so you got to pay for it. So I ended up paying for it to be, or for me to fly it back with it. So
you could have. Never mind.
But that's the greatest thing, Jay, I call him Jay Brown, but Jeremiah or Jerry Brown and Robert. I have met so many fantastic, wonderful people throughout this experience of Let's Talk Shop with Russ. And I really appreciate each and every one of my friends and family that I've met through this show. I really appreciate it. Like Jerry said, I met him in Atlanta, and I'm going to call you. I'm not going to call you out, but I'm going to call you out what you told me.
Oh my goodness.
Jerry, Robert said that when he gave me that stuff, he says, I came to Atlanta just to see you. So I don't know if that was true or not, but that's what you told me that day.
Oh, yeah. I came to see you and all the rest of the guys. I watched their show.
Yeah, so I kind of felt special when he told me he was coming to see me. My heart like exploded, like, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah. And Jerry is look him up. Where do we find you at, Jerry? Or I mean, Robert?
Oh, me? I'm in South Carolina. I'm in upper corner of South Carolina.
Yeah, but where do you? What are your websites or whatever?
Oh, it used to be Mobile Home Workshop, but that one is no longer. It's still there, but I don't have a password for it. But
I think I remember that one.
Yeah,
Mobile Home. That was the one I remembered you by, was Mobile Home Workshop.
Yeah, I'm not in the mobile home anymore, so I'm in my big shop now, and I lost the password for that one. I could never get in. It locked me out of it, and I could never get in. So I am on
before
Facebook.
the night's over, I will find out where to find you, and I'll put it in the where everybody can see you.
I'm looking. Is it called Robert Crow, or what is it called, Robert?
Robert Tiny C 5, I think.
Robert Tiny C5,
I believe. Let me check here.
on Facebook.
No. Facebook is just Robert Crow.
Okay. On YouTube.
YouTube is let me see here. Robert TinyC@gmail.com is my email for that. Don't know what the YouTube channel name is. It's Robert Tiny, I think. Let me go to my main page.
I just remember he came to see me at the Atlanta Woodring Show, and he brought me some bowl blanks and stuff. And I'm like, how am I going to get these things home? And it ended up being that I had to put them in a box and ship them because it was cheaper than to try to get these dang things in my luggage.
I've done that.
So, and you sent me one of those. It was, what was that? It was hickory.
Bowl.
You sent me a hickory blank. That was the hardest damn thing I've ever turned in my entire life, Robert.
I bet. I still have a blank.
I was like, is he my friend or is he trying to kill me?
I thought I wanted to turn bowls, and I got in. I did a few bowls, but I didn't like it as much as turning pins. I like turning pins more than I do bowls, so I stick with pins.
No, he sent me this hickory damn thing, and I tried to turn it, and it was like hell on earth to turn this damn thing. It was the hardest thing I've ever turned in my entire life.
That's a hard wood, yeah.
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 So, I just remember that. Yeah.
The worst I've ever tried was Purple Heart.
Yeah, back to Jerry. Can you show what's going on with your printing still now? You want to change over to that?
Always.
And Robert Crow, you do not sing, right? So your YouTube channel is not Robert Crow.
Let me find my YouTube channel here, so maybe I can find it.
And his twin brother is not Russell Crowe, right?
Right.
All right,
Robert
so
Crow's got
there's
some
Jerry's.
surprisingly good music,
There's
too.
Jerry's printing going on for right now. Is this your R2D2 parts?
No, this is a diode laser stand for a friend.
Okay.
For an
I'm going to
tour.
get back onto R2D2 parts after this. Yeah.
Yeah. You said for an or tour, right?
So my point being is, Jerry, just right up front, is it worth the money to buy this, the printer?
In my opinion, it is. I know it's a lot of money. That's a healthy price. But I paid more for the Prusa, and I thought that was a good deal at the time. So to be able to get this quality and not have the 20% failure rate I was having, and the speed, oh yeah, it's much better. This gets you excited for 3D printing.
So are you saying that a Prusa is like Apple?
Yeah, you know,
Or an
the Prusa actually
aphrodisiac.
just released an MK4 though, so they're saying it's competitive.
Oh,
I
cool.
just didn't want to spend the money for the new one. They released it, I don't know, a day after I bought this. I don't know if I would have stayed with Prusa, but this has just been amazing. Yeah, I mean, it's only been 12 days. So I've already printed the lower center leg and skirt of an entire R2D2.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Jerry, I follow your post and I follow you what you're doing, and I saw that, and I'm thinking to myself, like, wow.
Yeah. And
So,
the quality
yeah,
is really nice. I'm gonna have to do minimal actual sanding to get rid of layer lines.
Yeah.
I've got to make some legs
and
like
just
that
so
for
that
my.
anybody is out there not hold on, let me see if I can
Oh, we
find
still got 20 people watching.
just so that we are talking about the same thing is tell us what you're printing with and what it is.
This is the Bamboo P1P 3D printer, and it's printing honeycomb legs for an Ortour 3 laser. It's to stand the honeycomb up, I believe. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I
have
followed him, and when he first
a few lasers
printed the first thing that he produced, or the first video or whatever he produced, and he showed this, I went like, what the hell? And I went and started studying what he was doing and what he was printing and what the printer was. I've already researched it. Don't get me wrong. I've already researched it. And I went like, dang.
Yeah, that's how it
it
happened to me. I
beats,
saw using it, and I gotta have it.
yeah, it beats my FLQ Sun Pro, the one that's printing this one right here. It beats its time lapse without any problem.
Yeah.
And I like the Delta printer. This has been a absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, fantastic printer for me. I can level the bed every like 5 or 6 prints, and it produces excellent quality. But it's half the price of what you're talking about. And it's a Delta printer. But it's printing, and it prints.
And this one, this 3D printer will tell me on my app how far along it is, anywhere I'm at, and it'll text me when it finishes.
Yeah, that bamboo technology and their speed and stuff with their acceleration, that's going to print 3 times faster.
My
than
Delta
FL
prints these things like without any problem, and I'm like happy. That's
and Russ still
one.
ain't sent me one of them.
Oh, you're happy.
Huh?
I said Russ still hasn't sent me one of them yet.
I'll send you one. You want one of the? Do you want one of the? Donna, do you want one? Do you want one of these? Yes, I'll send you one. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll send you one, sweetheart. I love you. I'll send you one.
I like them.
You've followed me for so many years. I'll be glad. What you want? The green or the red?
Green.
All right. You want this one?
Okay, red.
No, you want this one? Green?
I'll take the blue one.
Yeah, I'll send you one. Yeah.
She wants it multicolored.
Well, that's what this actually is. This is actually multicolored. If you look at it, starts out gold or whatever, and then it turns down to green.
That was cool.
Rainbow filament.
I'll send you this one, Don, and I still got to send you my shirts to have them done and embroidered.
Embroidered.
Yeah, embroidered. I still got to send those to you to have those done.
Yep.
Yes, I have to definitely send them. I've got those. My wife keeps on saying, "Why are those shirts laying over there?" And I go, "Because I got to send them to Donna." And she goes, "I thought you said you were going to do that like 3 months ago." And I'm like, "Yeah." So, anyway, but I'll send you the green one. Yes.
Cool. You can send it with the shirts.
Yeah, I'll send it with the shirts. I will. I'll send you the green one. They are cute. They are just like so flexible. So, I mean, his face is actually really cute.
Well, I keep telling Robbie to use the 3D printer, because he put it out in his room. I'm like, make me some kind of dragon. Well, this way I can show him, go make some of these. Make me something.
Yeah, make some of these. Make some of these. They turn out really, really great. I found this file on Thingiverse.
We have Thingiverse.
And I found it on Thingiverse. When I first got it and downloaded, it said the file was corrupt. So I found out a way to fix the file. And it's a long, drawn-out process, but I won't tell you that. So I'll just send you that. But if you want to 3D print this, I'll send you a file that you can 3D print it.
Okay, do that too.
Yeah.
I'll make you print one out.
Yeah, you can 3D print it because the file itself that you download from Thingiverse is a corrupt file.
Okay.
And it said that, and I took it into another processor and did a couple things, and it fixed it, and it works great.
That might be why he hasn't done one yet.
Yeah, so it works great. It is turned out. I've printed like 4 or 5 or 6 of these, and this one is green. This one's red. You can tell the difference in the colors, and they all work so fantastic.
Cool.
I mean, I'm like really, really like the way it turned out. So,
well, you know, I did the ratchet and the you know, the whole set. It worked great.
yeah.
I just did it because I'm like, surely this is not going to work to actually loosen stuff up. No, it does. I got
Anybody have anything else? Chris, what's going on?
I'm still setting up the shop. Hopefully back in production in a week. Takes time when you pack everything up to find everything again after that. So,
Al?
Al, you muted.
Wow. Al's
Al,
quiet.
you're muted.
You muted, Al.
You're
Well,
muted, Al.
I'm
Yeah, you
wondering.
were muted. You were
I'm
muted.
wondering, is this show a one-time? In other words, the first time that we've had two guests.
Actually, it is.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what I
Uh-oh.
wanted to say.
Yeah, we have Jerry and Robert. And actually, Robert asked me, he goes, if you're going to do a show tonight, can I come on? And I said, yeah, come on, Robert. I love Robert. He's been my bestest friend for years. And then Jerry, I follow him all the time, and he's been on the show for many years. And then I wanted to find out that new bamboo printer. That was one of the things I wanted to question him about. So it just worked out great every way we wanted to go. So, and Dixon, anything
Robert,
you want to say?
I have a question for Robert. What did you decide to go for software to run your CNC?
I use the UC-CNC UC300, the Ethernet stepper, because I had a newer style PC and I didn't want to. I wanted to be able to use my PC and while it was running as well, and I have it on the internet, so I haven't had any trouble with that at all. I have a Spire for the software program to do it, but I use the UCNC and it works all the time. It don't
Okay.
never shut down. I can get on the internet and watch videos or whatever, and it'll sit over here and run.
Sure. Yep.
A lot of them would say not to have your internet on your PC that was running your computer or running your CNC, and I didn't see having 2 or 3 computers. I wanted to have one, and
Yeah. Yep. As long as I kept mine off the internet because I built my own PCs and I just didn't want no Windows updates. That's why.
yeah.
Just to stay with the old Windows 7 so they couldn't play with it.
What I did was I ran the CNC off of the motherboard Ethernet port, and I put a Wi-Fi card in the PC for the internet. So, yeah,
Yep.
it don't seem to have any trouble at all. I don't have no issues whatsoever with updates or anything for the CNC running.
Okay.
Great information. See, we provide you with so much. Listen, I appreciate every. Oh, hold on.
I'm
I'll
listening.
keep on getting.
I'm listening. Am I the only one listening?
No, you're not the only one listening. I just kept on getting email or messages over on my phone. It kept on going that stupid, do that you got a message. What do you want, Al?
Just one quick question for Jerry, and I meant to ask this earlier because I've got some thoughts going on in my head about my Kilroy quote.
You have a head and you have thoughts, really?
Incredibly, Jerry, those round things that you're cutting, I was thinking turning them something like that on my hopefully new laser printer soon, tomorrow maybe, or Tuesday. Anyway, I digress. What are they cut out of? Is that vinyl or is that What is that? What material are you cutting those circles out of? Neither?
These are actually acrylic.
Acrylic. Okay.
They're CNC coins.
Yes.
For
That's
lathe people, so they can
that's
sink
where
in
I'm
the back
going.
of their. Yeah.
That's where I'm going
These
with it
ones
because
are out of
I've been
acrylic.
3D printing my
They
coins,
look really nice. They're reverse printed.
and yeah, I'll definitely go down that line. Anyway, that's all I wanted to ask if those were coins. Yes.
I
So-
hope you're not going to cut vinyl with a laser, Al.
I will. I will. Just
No,
watch.
no.
Not a
You
rabbit
don't want to
hole.
cut vinyl. It puts off a poisonous gas and it'll ruin laser.
No, acrylic.
Your face
Oh
will
yeah,
melt off.
acrylic. You're
Or
fine.
switches
Yeah, acrylic.
automatically on the cameras.
You're fine with acrylic.
And I do have a 440 or 4,000,
It's
400 CFM exhaust fan that I'm putting on there to exhaust out the window too. So it's
acrylic. There's two types of acrylic that you can cut. Okay, there's extruded and there's also cast.
Well, I want the Mama Cast type of acrylic.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
There's different types of acrylic because trust me, I found out on my own that there was two types, and they both will work in certain parameters. But like if you're wanting to do for instance, a hologram on the acrylic, it's extruded, not cast, or the opposite, whatever.
Cool. Well, yeah, I will probably be making my coins.
You don't have a problem. The problem with cutting plastics with a CD or a laser is PVC, polyvinyl chloride. That's the nasty stuff. You don't want to cut polyvinyl chloride, and which is the like the old everybody was buying those vinyl plastic 33 and RPM, you know what I'm saying, and wanting to cut them because you can make clocks out of them, everything, and all that kind of stuff. Well, the problem being is that's PVC. A guy cut them for like 30 days or whatever. And this is, you can go research this. This is just not me telling you this, that it's BS information. But a guy cut them on his laser, and the PVC is polyvinyl chloride, produces a very bad gas.
Yes, it does.
All right. So it's chlorine. Thank you. Chlorine gas. Thank you. Whoever said that. So anyway, so after he cut some, he went out there one day and turned on his laser to cut some more, and his laser wouldn't work. And he pulled it up and looked inside, and all the guts of his laser was rusted and corroded and everything else. Yeah, so polyvinyl chloride produces chlorine gas. So I'm not saying that you can't cut one record and get by with it, but if you continue to cut the polyvinyl chloride, it will ruin your machine. So that's a well-known fact. It's not something that I'm saying. Look it up on the internet. If you don't believe me, go out there and research it for yourself. So
acrylic is bueno, and
no, acrylic is okay,
no
but there's
bueno.
two kinds of acrylic. There's cast and something else. What is it? Jerry, help me out.
Extruded?
Al, help me out.
What did you say? Yeah, you said cast and something, and I made the joke about Mama Cast.
Extruded, right?
Yeah, I think
Extruded. There you go. Cast and extruded.
See, I was
for your acrylic, and they act differently one is better than the other for, like, if you're going to engrave it and show up it as a hologram, then I believe the extruded or the cast is better. But don't get me wrong, I don't know which one, but the other one is better for cutting.
Oh, neat.
By the way, it produces hydrochloric acid and toxic fumes.
Yes, there you go.
That's
so
what
my point being, so if you want to produce something with cast or extruded acrylic, you need to find out which one does the best for what you want to do. And I'm not saying that those are bad.
Exactly.
You can do cast and extruded and it won't hurt you. Dixon, which one is which?
If I ain't mistaken, I haven't laser, quite a long time, but I think the casting is what you want to engrave on.
That's what you want to engrave on the casting?
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
I'd have to look that up to double check, but
No, that's what I heard too.
I think the cast is the good stuff because I've used years ago, I've used both of them a lot.
Right. That's what I heard too. So, but I'm just telling you, there's a difference between the cast and the extruded as far as doing those for engraving. And neither one will produce the same thing as PVC. PVC just stay the hell, like polyvinyl chloride, which is the LP albums and all that, stay the hell away from it. I'm just telling you up front.
So with that being said, Russ, you were saying something?
I was saying something.
Just
give me sawdust, lots of sawdust all around me and everywhere. I like it flying off my good.
Spirit in here.
Smoke them if you got them.
Chris?
I like it flying off of my shop and even in my beard and hair. Sorry, I had a little coughing fit from this COVID crap. But thank you for watching, and I hope you thank you, Robert Crow, for coming on tonight. Thank you, Jerry Brown, or Jeremiah Brown is Polly Wants a Crafter. Thank you all for all being here. Thank you for every one of you out here for watching. I appreciate it so very much. And we're out of here.
Chris.
Not.
Remember, boys,
Live long and
girls,
prosper.
you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Hey,
nope.
What he said.
See ya.